Hey everybody, hello and welcome. This is Adrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. So this is the first kind of chat of 2017. Holy crap. I wanted to do this video, and I know we just did the year in review video. That was in 2016. So now we're in a whole new year. Holy shit. So I wanted to talk a little bit about excuse me. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to be planning for the next basically whole year of 2017. I do have some ideas buzzing around in my head. I haven't really gotten anything onto, pen and paper. I don't really have anything super duper planned. But I just kind of wanted to spew out some stuff that I've been thinking about doing on the channel. So, I just hope that you guys can see this. And if you're interested in knowing what's up for the future, definitely watch this video. So, the first thing that's been going on is I went to an older game, an older Paradox Development Studio game called March of the Eagles. I don't know if you've seen that. You really should search the channel for that playthrough of that older game because, I noticed a lot of people have told me that they never heard about that game. Two is that they said they really enjoyed taking a look at this older game that never really got the attention that it deserved. And what I really found out was, I kind of like doing that. I kind of like going back to older games that never really got all the attention that they deserved. Or even there's kind of an interesting feeling when you go back to an older game that, you're reviewing now, or that you're playing now. You have a walkthrough or playthrough of an older game, some game that came out, I don't know, it came out in 2002, 2008, or even 2013, and you could play it today in 2017, right? It's really cool to go back to older games and kind of get that nostalgia feeling going on. And so I really enjoyed that about, our playthrough with March of the Eagles. And I hope to do more playthroughs like that, playthroughs of older games that I really enjoy, but I want to see how they hold up nowadays, right? You want to see how those games, probably mostly strategy games, how they kind of differ and also are the same compared to today's strategy games, because honestly, it depends on where you go. It depends on what kind of strategy you're also looking for. But the strategy market has definitely been in an interesting situation. I think there's been a lot more, at least from my opinion, a lot more shooters and stuff lately coming out, and not so much strategy games. And even then, you got to ask yourself, well, what do you define as strategy, right? Do you define like a Total War game as a strategy game? Do you define, grand strategy and 4X games as strategy games? Do they actually consist of strategy elements? What's different compared to the strategy games of nowadays versus the strategy games of, say, 10 years ago, right? I mean, I used to play a lot of, Warcraft 3, I used to play StarCraft, I used to play Rise of Nations, Age of Empires, those were like real-time strategy series. And then came along Total War, right? And then came along, Europa Universalis, Hearts of Iron. Those were definitely a different kind of strategy game. They weren't real-time always per se. They were actually, much more than that. You actually really had to pause and take your time and think about what moves you're going to be making into the future. So hopefully in 2017, we'll come back to older games, right? Just do playthroughs of older games that maybe, honestly, people haven't heard of anymore. I mean, it's 2017, and there are some games from the early 2000s, even, probably the mid 2000s to late 2000s that some people on YouTube and some people on Steam have literally just never played. They just weren't part of that generation. And I'm only 20 years old. I just turned 20, right? I was born in 1996. But it's like I have been video gaming since I was a child. I think I played my first game on a Windows 98 PC when I was like 6. So I've been in the gaming scene for a long time, right? And it'd be really cool to to play older games and see how they hold up to nowadays. So hopefully, I hope to do more of that on the channel in 2017. I do also hope to do more stuff with Twitch. Definitely more stuff with Twitch. I do want to do more of a varied kind of complement on the channel. I do a lot of Paradox Development Studio titles right now. Old games and new games, right? I love Victoria 2. I love March of the Eagles. Crusader Kings 2, not so much. Europa Universalis IV is probably my favorite Paradox game out of all of them. And I do hope to do more, say, Hearts of Iron 4 and Stellaris in the future to keep up with those titles as they get developed and as they're, expanded upon with expansions. And I want to give you guys those playthroughs, those previews, those let's plays, and maybe even some actual different videos, right? Scripted videos, some reviews, some discussions and discussion videos, things where I can ask you guys questions and you can give me your thoughts on them and we can talk about it. I really want to do stuff like that. The channel has been growing really, really well. We just got into January. It's January 2nd when I'm recording this. And honestly, we're about to hit like 1,900 subscribers. I got like probably 70 or 80 subscribers in like a few days after I had released my March of the Eagles Let's Play. And I really kind of was taken aback by that. I was actually kind of really surprised. We've been growing very, very well. And I'm really excited for what's, coming in the future. I want to do, more varied games, definitely a lot of different types of strategy games, right? Total War, Hearts of Iron 4, Stellaris, those are like 4X games. I want to go back to Endless Space 2 if I can. I also do kind of want to go into like some city building games and simulation games like City Skylines. I know everybody loves that game. I want to expand that way. I want to do that. I will tell you the only thing that's really a problem is time. I really don't have a lot of time on my hands to do everything that I want to do with the channel. Believe me, if I could do YouTube as a full-time job, I seriously would. I would put in probably, 60 hours, 80 hours a week into this if I really could, because that's how much I love doing it, actually. That's how much I love video games. Is I would do this probably more time than I should because I love it so much. The problem is time, and I also do want to let you guys know that in the future, definitely even starting when I come back to school. I go back to school, a week from now, January 9th is when I go back to school. I'll just say straight up, there might be some things that happen that, videos on the channel will decrease. I'll have less of an ability to record and to put out content. School's going to ramp up pretty bad in the next 6 months. So I might, have to cut back on the Twitch streams or just not even do them. I might have to just kind of cut down on the videos a little bit for a little while, unless I can find the financial ability to do YouTube as a job and be able to pay my bills. That's going to have to be the way it is, right? I'm just going to have to cut back on the time that I put towards YouTube. I might even have to find. I'm actually looking for a new job currently. There's been some changes in my employment. As soon as school starts back up, I'm looking for a different occupation, and hopefully push comes to shove, I do find a new occupation. I do find some better employment, something that pays me maybe a little more. Hopefully something that works around my school schedule and at least gives me a little bit of time to work on YouTube. I don't know at this point if that's even possible. But right now my priority is definitely getting my school stuff, kind of solidifying my hold on school. I want to get really good grades. I got to get ahead. I want to be going to law school in 2 years, so there's a lot of preparation that needs to go into that, and some of the time to prepare is right now, literally today, here, now, and so I'm really trying to kind of balance, okay, I want to keep my YouTube passion, but at the same time, I gotta come up with the reality that, dude, if this is not a job, I need to be able to get good grades and be able to pay my bills at the same time. So I do want to let you guys know that there might be something with videos and something might happen to the channel where I won't put out as much content. We won't have that many live streams, if at all. And really, I'm just not going to be able to record that much. Probably, if push comes to shove, I might just have to do like one series, just one series at a time, one game, and then just keep recording episodes. So at least one video a day, 7 days a week. That's the least that I'm going to be able to do. Hopefully. I mean, I hope that it doesn't get even worse than that. It really doesn't take a lot out of my time to record a week's worth of content, edit it down, render it, and then upload it. That does not take that much. It's just when I get to like 2 series a day, 3 series a day, 4 series a day, kind of like what we've been doing actually, that's when it gets kind of iffy. That's when you're putting significant amounts of time into playing and uploading and rendering and scheduling videos on YouTube. It can take an immense amount of time. So, like I said, until I'm able to get at least a decent income, even just a part-time income off of YouTube, which who knows? I don't even know when that could be, right? That could be 6 months from now. That could be 6 years from now. I know people who've been doing YouTube for years, and I am pretty damn sure they don't do this as a job. And it's those kinds of things that kind of scare me. I don't know. It's those kinds of situations that worry me a little bit about what I'm doing, because I've seen people and they're competent Let's Players. They really are. They're cool guys. They're really cool guys, and yet they don't really seem, or at least I don't believe that they do this as a job. I wouldn't be able to know for sure unless I asked them, but that's not really a question you go about asking people. It's like, hey, how much money do you make? So, like I said, I would love to do this as a job, but if you can't do it, you can't do it. And that's just the reality of it. And so I'm okay with that, to be honest. I mean, I don't do it for the money, right? I do it just to have fun. I do it for you guys. I do it for me. We have fun doing all of this. I hope I provide you guys with some entertainment. It's just that I always have to keep, reality in check, and there's money issues sometimes. So, like I said, though, hopefully I can find some better employment. Hopefully I can get a little more money, and hopefully my schedule doesn't change drastically to where I can actually still keep doing YouTube at all, right, as a passion, and keep all my school stuff in check. Hopefully I can do that. Hopefully I can have some more money to buy some more games and pay some bills, maybe upgrade hardware here and there. Nothing too crazy. At least the hardware situation in my production process is actually fairly solid at this point. I don't really need to get new parts or anything like that for, honestly, probably like another year or two. I just like to upgrade when I can, when it's feasible. So, that's in store for the channel. Maybe some changes in scheduling. Definitely more games. I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of drifted away from Total War content. I really do prefer Paradox Development Studio content. Total War is fun. Don't get me wrong. Total War is fun. However, I think the way that I play it, and the way that I discuss things, and the way that I think about things might not be the most interesting thing to watch. I need to kind of do more with Total War, I think, with battles and with playing the campaigns of all different types of, Total War games. I mean, because we still have Total War Warhammer. They've got like a new expansion coming out in February. I do want to try that out, but even then, I would love to play older Total War titles. The thing is, it's that time is kind of come and gone, right? Nobody really watches new Total War Let's Plays and stuff. They watch, or nobody watches old Total War Let's Plays. They just watch the new Let's Plays, right? The new stuff with the new content, Total War Warhammer and the expansions and such. So it's kind of hard to justify from, I guess, like an economical and even just a value point of view of how valuable it is to make a Let's Play on an older Total War title. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. The only probably titles that I can consider playing for Total War, that are older is definitely Empire Total War, but it has a lot of problems anyway. It's very buggy, a lot of crashes, a lot of things that should have been polished that really just don't appear to be polished. And Napoleon Total War. Shogun 2 is also pretty awesome. I'm not very good at it, but it's fun. And then Rome 2 Total War, that was probably my favorite Total War out of all of them. It's just, it can take a long time to play a campaign, to finish a campaign. It can take a long time to get it rolling, and even then you might not ever see the views. You might not ever see the interest in it because it's been done so much. There's, that game came out 4 or 5 years ago now, almost, right? 4 years ago now. And so I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird juggling around games and how, like, choosing what games to play, for how long to play them. It's a hard decision, right? I don't even know how I've made those decisions. I don't know. For now, I felt like I've done okay. I've had just kind of a variety of content on the channel, not so much just one specific title. But maybe we will focus a little bit more on Paradox Development Studio stuff from now on. Maybe not so much Total War. And you know me, I love shooters. I just do shooters sometimes on Twitch or something like that. But honestly, I don't even have time to play shooters just on my own. I'm really either doing, chores around the house or going to work or going to school. I don't have time to play games for free anymore, like on my free time. I do that for YouTube. And even then, to say that I think of YouTube as something I do in my free time, I don't know if I would agree with that. I actually do feel most of the time, like if I sit down, I actually am working, right? When I play a game and do my commentaries and stuff, I feel like I'm actually at a job. It's not so much that it's just something that I enjoy doing for fun. It actually feels like a job to me, which is kind of cool. I guess that's why I'm so productive in all these campaigns. I mean, I've been putting out 3 videos a day for, I don't even know how long. Two videos a day at least for a while. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so yeah, definitely we're going to hopefully have some more content. I want to get more video games. I want to get more Twitch streams. I want to do all of that. All of it, literally. I'm trying to find the time. I really am trying to find the time and the money to be able to do more. I want to do more. I'll be honest, the easiest way, if you guys want to see me do more, the easiest way would be to go on Patreon. I've got about 4 people supporting me on Patreon right now, and obviously that doesn't sound like a lot, but to me it means a lot, because if I was to literally have every single subscriber on YouTube donate $1 to me on Patreon, that could literally support me forever. Like, we're talking, I think I have right now, I've got 1,865 subscribers on YouTube, okay? If they donated $1 a month, $1 a month, every single month, that is $1,865. That is like 3 times my income right now. You know, I've been supporting myself here in college on about $600 to $700 a month. We're talking like almost $2,000 from patrons. If that was a reality, if that was real, I could like quit my job. I could do YouTube full time, and I wouldn't have any sort of monetary issues. I wouldn't have any whatsoever. If I lived off of 700, I could live off of 1,800, you know? And so I want to tell you guys, if you want to see more, if you want me to do more stuff, Twitch streams, you know, more Let's Plays per day. I mean, shit, I remember Roomba used to do 8 videos a day for, you know, in the beginning of his career. He did 8 videos a day with a family and a full-time job. It's like, dude, shit, you know? Like, I wish I could do that. It's just I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the money or the time. And I would if I had more money, if I had more time. So I will tell you guys, if you want to see more from me, go to Patreon. You know, that's just the one thing that I could say. If you can't give or you won't give, that's fine. That's fine. But I will say, if you really want to see something change in the channel, if you want to see a change in my life, you know, go to Patreon. That's where it's going to be at. $1 a month would be, I don't even know how to describe it. That would be something that I don't even know if I'd have the words to like thank you. You know, I've thought about doing giveaways and stuff too. I've thought about doing giveaways, and I've thought about, you know, really rewarding you guys with content and with games and with other stuff, but I really haven't been able to afford to do that. You know, I don't have the money to be able to give back to you guys, to give you guys games and to, you know, for being subscribers, for being here. You know, I just can't afford it. You know, I really would want to, maybe for big subscriber milestones. We're about to hit 2,000. I would love to do a giveaway. Believe me, I fucking would. It's just, I don't have the money. Right. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of also a moral thing is people on Patreon, you know, they donate to support me and support the channel. And I will admit, it's a little weird to kind of take their money and just, you know, put some games and give away some games to some random subscribers on YouTube. You know, it's kind of a weird moral dilemma that doesn't sound right to me. If I had more money, if I had more damn income, maybe that would be a little better. But, you know, with what I have right now, it just doesn't sound right. You know, I can't afford to give games away. I can't afford to buy subscribers games on Steam. Trust me, I would if I had the money. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. Maybe for some content creators out there, maybe you guys would understand what I'm talking about. But until I have more disposable income, I really can't do that. I can't give away stuff to people on YouTube, even though I would love to. You know, I would love to give away games to subscribers on Patreon. I would love to do all of that. It's just I don't have the money. But anyway, you know, if you want to support me more, go to Patreon. That's the one thing I can put down. You also see it at the end of every video that I'm doing now. There's a link to the Patreon page if you want to go to that. That's another way, you know, just a reminder for people who really want to try and help me out. $1 a month, that's all I ask, to be honest. That could set me up for the rest of my days here in college. You know, that could set me up for a long time. It's definitely more than what I'm making now. You know, literally, if every single YouTube subscriber gave me $1 a month, I'd be set. But anyway, before I ramble any more, you know, just expect changes in 2017. I want to keep growing. I want to keep doing stuff. I want to do more. You know, hopefully with some better employment. Hopefully once I get my school stuff all solidified, everything is under control. You know, and the year of 2017 starts out smooth. You know, we're going to be seeing some really important changes in the channel, in my life, hopefully in your guys' life as well. And yeah. So, all right, guys, before this episode gets too long, I will see you guys in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching as always. Please make sure to like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think about all this. You know, I want to hear your thoughts. Honestly, comment down below. I read all the comments. Even if I don't respond, I read all the comments, guys. I'm serious. I read them all. Even some of them that are questionable. I've gotten some weird comments from people, I will admit. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this, and I will see you guys very, very soon. And if you really want to support me, go and check out Patreon. So, all right, guys. Take care. Thanks so much.